My first thoughts of Shanghai are that it is incredibly safe. Incredibly safe. I don't even feel. So I had an incident where I went to the mall and I was buying realia for my classroom, and I had forgotten a bag of like a necklace I had bought. And I was sitting and eating with Kate Shea. And I said, "Oh no, I left that bag. Oh gosh." And I ran off to get it. And she had her own experience thinking, I bet that bag's still there as I left. And I was kind of speed walking off to the store, and I thought, I don't think anybody would take that bag in Shanghai. I feel like people are honest and good, and there's a surprising amount of cameras around this town. Anyway, I got to the store where I didn't speak the language, but everybody wanted to help me because that happens here as well. And I asked the woman who worked there, "Oh, did you see this little bag?" And she couldn't understand me, but we found a way, as you do. And she asked me, "Do you want me to review the cameras for this missing bag of like a $5 necklace or whatever it was?" And I just couldn't believe that was an option for me. So anyway, I walk out, and on my way out, I spot my bag behind the counter, and she spotted it, and we both had this little celebration. And it was just that, in a nutshell, wraps up my feelings about Shanghai. Test. We visited a Gaokao site this week. We visited the most impressive international school I've ever seen. State of the art, beyond what my college even probably has to this day. It was just a great and fascinating week. But the most amazing part of this week was musical for me. So this morning, there were tons of little people running around our hotel lobby with various instruments. I assumed that they were there to give a concert of some sort, so I was kind of hoping I would hear it. And absolutely thinking it would be a dreadful-ish kind of sitting through your child's first piano recital. There was no performance, and it didn't happen. And in the meantime, I had to leave for class, and as I left, I am just being serenaded on my beautiful walk down my tree-lined street to the building where all of our classes are by this one of the most unbelievable tunes I've ever heard. So I'm looking, because I've crossed the bridge, it's across the canal, and I'm looking for the source of this amazing violin playing. And sure enough, it's this teeny tiny person playing the most magical tune that just fit everything in the moment. It was like my soundtrack for the day. And I think that I tried to capture her. I tried to just stop and be with the music and the river and the tree-lined street. I mean, it was beautiful. And I feel like she could tell that I was trying to videotape her. Anyway, I got to, because she kept stopping, but maybe she was having a mistake. Anyway, so I get to class, and I asked my classmates, "Hey, did anybody else notice the music as you walked to class today? How amazing was that?" Of course, nobody noticed the music. But someone said, "Oh, all those kids today, they were there to take a test." And I went, "Of course they were there to take a test. It's not a concert. This is how well can you perform." I've never even heard of a musical test. And in retrospect, I remember sitting in the cafe watching a mother. She had made a recording, I guess it was watching and hearing, of her daughter playing whatever instrument her daughter played. And they were both listening to this recording. And there was a moment where they both went, and they just knew that there was some mistake, absolutely inaudible to my ears, because I just heard magic coming out of this telephone. But they both noticed the mistake, and she was trying again for, I guess it was this test. So, oh, China, we are in a lot of trouble. If this is the quality of music and the quality of people that you put out because of this crazy testing, and I would fail in your system. I am not a test taker. Shanghai Queer, just about being lesbian in China and how there are no rights and they're silenced and they're shut down, and what that feels like. And I don't know that my peers quite got how brave these two women are. They are pioneers of feminism. They are telling this country that just is slow to evolve in that way that no, it's okay to be who I am and love who I am, and I'm going to put myself out there for it, and I'm not going to make a lot of money in the process. But it just seems in this society that in so many ways I praise, because things get done in China. You want a road? The government's going to say, we're going to make a road, and 2 weeks later, the road is built. But in other ways, it's so slow to accept. Like, we're humans. It's love. Who cares? And that's maybe my biggest takeaway, is there's so many parts of being here that I think, I want my children to go to school here for a while. I want them to learn what I'm seeing. I want them to know that being a football star is not important. Just be your smart selves, because I think I have smart kids who may or may not be able to throw a football very well. But I look at that and I go, oh no. What if you love someone of the same gender? You wouldn't, it's not okay here. And I want that to be okay. And then I will move to China forever. The most poignant piece of my experience right now has really been my own experience of traveling abroad as a 43-year-old woman. And the hardest piece was this week. I just felt like I was in middle school and terrible. I would obsess about if people were angry with me. What if people don't like me? All of those bizarre needing to fit in middle school feelings. I don't even know how else to explain it. And I was really thinking about why is this happening to me? Why do I feel like I want to cry in the fetal position? Why? And I think one of the things that happened amongst my peers this week is that I would overhear them whispering about something that someone else was doing that was driving them crazy. So the first thing I noticed was that people were feeling more comfortable to express their discomfort with other humans within our group, rather than just the culture. And that put this seed of doubt in me. And that felt yucky. Those very real and scary emotions that I felt as an educated, capable person this week. And I just think of these little people in my experience, these young children who I have influence over their lives, feeling these things and just being able to identify and relate and recognize that we all just need to feel